Hi there, this is Diecast channel, and in this video I'm going to do a review on some more 1 to 64 model cars by Johnny Lightning. Stay with me to the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe in case you haven't subscribed yet, and then also click the bell for news. So let's take a look at those cars one by one. First car I have is this Ford Pinto. That's a 1971 Ford Pinto, and this car against the cheap imports such as the Volkswagen Beetle. And the car was also known as a barbecue that seats four, since it had this fuel tank in a so vulnerable position, especially as we can notice here by the gas cap. And those tail lights were just like the ones in the Ford Maverick, and the lines of this car kind of reminded the Ford Maverick. I think this model car made by Johnny Lightning in a 1 to 64 scale, it's got some issues, such as this door that seems to be a little bit too long. But the car looks pretty nice. We're going to take a closer look at its details. This front grille and the headlights that kind of reminded a little bit the ones in the Maverick. Just like the doors, side windows, and the tail lights. You can see the logo. The base of the car is made of metal. It's a rear-wheel drive. Rubber tires, and the engine. That doesn't look too correct, since the Ford Pinto was a 4-cylinder and this one looks like a V8. Second one is a 1977 AMC Pacer. I personally think this is one of the ugliest American cars of all times. It just loses in ugliness for the Gremlin, also made by American Motors. It's a weird looking car, actually, and it was considered a little bit too cumbersome, kind of heavy, and it had a 6-cylinder engine, but at the same time didn't have a performance. Also, people used to complain about this sort of aquarium here in the rear of a car that was a little bit too hot during the summertime for passengers. So this is a car that's sort of unique. The model car is very well made. It's made by Johnny Lightning with a very high quality details. These headlights kind of remind the ones in the Matador X. That was that car from the movie The Man with the Golden Gun by 007. The model car is pretty well made, but the lines of the car are kind of weird. The interior looks very nice, very well made for a 1 to 64 scale. That's really amazing, the way they can reproduce such details in such a small scale. The Pacer logo and the taillights, it kind of remind the ones in the Camaro, just the taillights actually. And those windows here that made the car a real furnace during the summertime. The lines of the car really are something different, something unique. The base, that's made of metal, was a rear-wheel drive. They reproduced a muffler, the catalytic converter, the engine and tranny, drive shaft, and rear suspension with the differential and a gas tank. So this is a very nice model car, although I'm not crazy about the car itself. Leaving the ugliness behind, let's take a look at this very nice car, which is 1970 Torino Cobra. And I've shown a car like that in a 1 to 18 scale before. This car has got a very nice lines. I think it's a little bit out of scale, since Johnny Lightning not always respects scales of its cars. But it's a very attractive car. The 1970 Torino that we've seen before with a Cobra engine could be a little bit more detailed, but it's not really bad. Interior is also quite simple, but not bad really for a small scale such as in 1 to 64. And the taillights and the trunk lid look very nice. The tires look a little bit too thick, and the metal base looks very realistic. Grille and a headlights. 1970 Nova. It's just same year of that yellow Chevy Nova I've shown on the 1 to 18 scale. You can see one of my videos in the channel. It's also famous for being a very tough car. That's the real tank, so it can last forever. And this is a very well-made car by Johnny Lightning in a 1 to 64 scale. An SS with the fake air intakes on the hood, the opening hood with the engine. I'm not quite sure what engine that is. should be orange. The base, that's a metal base with the plastic tires and the drag wheels with a jacked up suspension in the rear. An interior that looks very nice with a steering wheel that looks like a Camaro steering wheel. And the rear end with the SS trim and the taillights. Very nice. One more Ford is 1968 Cougar. I've shown a 1967 Cougar before in one of my videos, and this is a very attractive car. I really like this color, this metallic blue, and it's got rubber tires. That's a 68 Cougar. Grill is different from the 67 by those two trims, the horizontal trims. There's a Cougar logo right here, the other logo right here in the middle. Logo here in the front fender, you can almost read it. There's a Cougar logo right here, quarter panel. Very nice mag wheels with rubber tires and a metal base. They look very nice. Tail lights and interior with a correct steering wheel and a nice dashboard. V8 engine, it's pretty good detail. Just as made in black, perhaps it should be blue, just like the Ford engines in general. It's a 1970 Ford Maverick that's made by Johnny Lightning in 1:64 scale. This is one of my favorite model cars, and it looks very nice in this white and black. There's a Maverick Grabber actually. A Falcon straight six engine made in blue. The Ford blue that looks very realistic, just like the battery in the engine bay. The hood shuts correctly. The grille looks very nice. The headlights look great. The wheels and tires, the tires are made of plastic, but they look quite realistic. Interior with the steering wheel and the dashboard look pretty correct. Very nice blue color. And the taillights look very realistic as well. It's got a metal base. Ranking those cars from 0 to 10, I would give 10 to the Maverick, 9.5 to the Cougar, to the Torino, to the Nova, and to the Pacer, and 9 to the Pinto. I just think the Pinto looks a little bit too long. So I'd like to thank you for all likes and views, for all subscriptions. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel in case you haven't subscribed yet. Don't forget to give me your thumbs up, to share this video, and also write down your comments what you think about the cars and about the video, and let me know if you have any more information on those cars. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.